struggle with time to take care of my academic requirements and activities outside of school at the same time. I have many interests outside of academics, and some of those involve athletic and artistic activities, including several forms of dance, violin, karate. I also plan to run track in the spring for my school. As I get older, my academic load will get larger and I will have to make some decisions. Do I want to devote more time to academics or athletics? I will have to sit down and make some choices. I will have to ask myself, which is more important, sports or academics? Which fits me better and which will I need to focus on more? To make that choice, I will have to understand the pros and cons of each side. So, let me start with the pros of sports first. Sports is very important for physical health and fitness. It makes a person well-rounded, competitive, and teaches discipline and teamwork. These are all very important life lessons. Sports also teaches us good sportsmanship, to respect each other, and helps develop your brain. I should also mention sports is fun, creates good memories, keeps you mentally fit, and in general makes a person happy. So, what are the negatives of sports? There are some obvious ones like risk of injury. There is a possibility that I could neglect my education by devoting too much time to sports. Some people get involved in performance-enhancing drugs or steroids as they develop that win-at-all-cost attitude. Sometimes sportsmanship can go out the window due to personal feelings. The world of sports is also associated with crazy fans who have done criminal things in the name of sports. Last but not least, many sports can have long-term physical effects like concussions, knee problems, and even IQ loss. Now we must discuss some of the pros of academics. There are many to choose from. A good academic background means being educated and can help develop a good work ethic. I feel the most important thing about being educated is that it improves a person's ability for critical and analytical thinking. Education allows you to know how to think, not what to think. It means enriching the mind and being disciplined. The biggest payoff for concentrating on academics is that it sets you up for your future and is a pathway for your career. Academics also helps you gain knowledge throughout your life. It opens your mind. It teaches a person how to behave in a social setting and how to be a civilized human being. Focusing on academics allows a person to sharpen their mind, improve their manners and etiquette, and serve mankind in a positive way. Last but not least, it frees up the imagination. So, can there be any negatives of the academic sides? Of course there is a negative side. And one of the big issues is that it can put too much pressure on a student. It can be mentally tiring and even boring at times. Some people also think that being a bookworm can lead to too much book knowledge and not enough practical knowledge. There can be negatives with too much competition, and it can take time away from the activities and fun. Children can grow up too fast and not enjoy their childhood enough. Academics also has a dark side of pushing many people into subjects they do not like, and later we're getting into. As I have laid out, the decision is not easy, so how will I make the decision? I think it has to suit the person. As I grow up, am I really exceptional at some form of athletics? Could it be something I will pursue for the rest of my life as more than just a hobby? If so, I should certainly not let that go. However, if you look at statistics, it is very difficult to have a career in athletics. The chances of making it are not great, and even if you do, most athletic careers do not last long. You still have to have a fallback, and that fallback is education. If education is there, it is there for the rest of your life, and no one can take that away. The chance of a good long-term career is much better for educated people. I conclude that based on statistics, pros and cons, and lifetime rewards, education is more important than sports and athletics. Ideally, you can balance an academic and athletic life. But for most of us, we will have to focus more on one side and less on the other, eventually as we grow up. Elite athletes do focus on sports much more, but how many of them are there in the world? I guess that I will go to college, work in a degree, get my education, and have a good career. I will keep myself fit with some sports and exercise for the stated benefits above, but it is likely I will leave the real sports to the truly